Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, Welcome back. Today we are going to react to Amygdala. This is the third MV from D-Day, August D's first album, D-Day, Sugar's album. We've already reacted to the pre-release track Saram Part 2, People Part 2, and we've also reacted to the title track just a few days ago, which is Hegum. We've heard the album, like it came out a few days ago, and we've already heard it. And Amygdala is the heaviest one of them all, according to me, like according to the lyrics and everything. It's a pretty heavy track, and we didn't know we were getting an MV for this. We found out later. So yeah, it dropped at 12 KST, 12 a.m. KST, which is not the normal time, typical time when an MV drops. It usually drops on Friday. But today it's Monday, actually Tuesday, and it's already out. It's out. We're gonna react to it, and I'm kind of worried about this one because it is a pretty heavy track, and the MV did come with a few trigger warnings. So yeah, if you get triggered by them, then please be careful about them. And yeah, that's it for the intro. Let's start reacting to the MV. If you've been in army for a little bit, you'll know what this is. He's talked about this in Moving On as well, a song. Oh, he's giving himself this. Oh, his scar is from himself. There's so much going on. It's a very heavy track. If it's hitting us viewers so much, he actually went through this. And like, replaying it all again, playing it all again, acting it all out again, that requires a lot of strength. That is extremely heavy, and it will make a lot more sense if you know about if you've been in army for a long time, or even if you're new and you checked their history out, you'll know about this. I'll actually tell you all about it. First, before that, what an amygdala is, I actually told you about it in my last MV reaction, also in Hegum. And Yoongi has talked about it, obviously. Amygdala is a part of the brain. It's an almond-shaped part of your brain, and it's concerned with emotions, and mostly with more negative emotions that trigger its fight or flight response, like fear, anger, and all that. So in a way, it stores trauma, and that is what triggers it. And so yeah, that is what this MV is about. It's all of his traumas, everything that he went through since his teenage years, since before he was an idol, up to here. And my god, wow, that was so. And also they read a book called Almond in the soup. Namjoon and Yoongi were shown to be reading it, and that also deals with this. So I guess he did take inspiration for the song name from that. It could be possible. So yeah, let's watch it again, and I'll slowly tell you in case you don't know what it's all about. This is very heavy. So I guess this room is meant to signify his amygdala. He's trapped in his emotions. The lyrics itself are very heavy, but combined with this MV, this is from back when he was still a trainee. And if you know Yoongi, he didn't come from a very well background. He didn't come from a really rich family and stuff. He had to work to support himself, to the point like if he took the bus, he didn't have enough to eat. If he ate, he didn't have enough to take the bus. So during his trainee days, of course, Bigot was also not a big company, and they couldn't really, so he had a delivery boy job. He used to do deliveries, and he got into a pretty bad accident once when he was a trainee, and he had injured his shoulder. He recently went surgery for it. If you remember, he took some time off during it, after the surgery, after a lot of years actually, and it was pretty bad. It was really, really bad. And even though he went through that, he couldn't tell it, because he was afraid he would be dropped from the lineup for the group. So he went on doing all this, and this accident is pretty one of the most I guess scarring parts of his life. And Yoongi has also been through a lot of things. There's indications of self-harm. He has talked about it in his first mixtape, Agust, especially in the last, he talks about it. So it's like combining all of those and showing it, and this hurts, man. This hurts. Normally I'm not really affected by this, but because I've known about this, even though I know all of this is going to happen, it's just hitting more because it's something that actually happened. It's not fictional, it's not something made up. So, and I guess this person, the gray one that's trapped in this room, is going through the memories, and yeah, that is representing the amygdala, how it stores trauma, how it doesn't let you forget, and he's trying to erase it, but he can't. Because trauma is just like that. You can't really easily let go of it. It grips you for a really long time, and it's very difficult to let go of it. And most times it's life changing, you know, and it follows you throughout your entire life most times. Letting go of it is difficult, very difficult, and bringing it up, talking about it is also very difficult. So the fact that he's doing this, he feels comfortable enough, safe enough with us to share all this, is, I feel very thankful for that. This bit, he's talked about it in Moving On. Honestly, I didn't remember it, but Army's brought it up, so I kind of remember, kind of know about it more now. In Moving On, he talks about when he was still in his mom's womb, and he talks about like the price of him moving around was a machine in his mother's heart. So it's talking about when he was born, like right around after he was born, his mom had to go through a heart surgery. He talks about that. It's like things are going in a circle. It keeps pulling you back, just like how trauma is. Usually it keeps pulling you back. It keeps repeating those things. Even when you try to move on, it keeps repeating those things again and again. It's very gripping. Fear can be very controlling, terrifying. Even if you want to let it go, you can't. It's just like that. It's just how our brain chemistry works. And for someone who's like been through so much, he actually turned out a phenomenal person. He's still very kind, very down to earth, very humble. It's very inspiring. It doesn't really happen that easily. If it was me, I don't think I'd be able to brace with all of this. That bit with the self-harm thing, he has never really described what he has done, but yeah, he did talk about it in the last, and it's bleeped out, that bit where he's talking to his therapist about it, and it's bleeped out. So I can't really say it on YouTube, but yeah, there was self-harm. He did try it. So, and I guess this one, August D, how he keeps killing his alter ego Agust D in every MV of like Dechita and Hegum, and even in Agust D he talked about how Min Yoongi is dead. And then we see these new alter egos come up, and then he keeps killing them. So the one with the scar represents his trauma, and I guess of course this is my interpretation, so I guess that represents his bruised past self that he's really desperately trying to get rid of, to forget, but it keeps coming back because it's a cycle that doesn't end. So he's the one who gave himself that scar. The Yoongi, the green one, is just observing him. Being trapped in a cycle of just pain and trauma and all that, and you see no escape, but there appears to be one ray of light, one doorway to escape. Because that's what it's showing right now. He's trying to save his past self, I suppose, but the door doesn't open. He can't, because you can't really change the past. being trapped, feeling helpless. Antidepressants. This bit, he couldn't mention his accident because he was afraid he would lose his job. He was afraid he would never debut, so he kept working with it with a broken shoulder, ruined shoulder. Bigot did eventually find out, and they offered to help him. And Bigot doesn't do any trainee dep now. I think they I can't really remember, but I think they also helped him in his education or something. I don't really remember, but yeah, Bigot did help him out. This one is being mentioned the first time, like the call I got during work about dad's liver cancer. I don't think we've ever heard of this before. So yeah, poor guy went through a lot. Almonds. Amygdala almonds, the almond shaped one. We make a lot of choices every moment. Like Namjoon just said it, like every moment is a choice. You're making a choice, and in that moment you're not really sure if it's the best or the worst, but it's what shapes your future and you can't really go back and change it. And I guess there's this saying where it's like everything happens for a reason, for a good reason. We don't really know if it's for a good reason, but yeah, it does happen and it leads up to what you are today. And like they keep saying it gets better, but does it really get better? I guess it does. It's very difficult to ascertain in the moment when you're going through it. All the things you go through, all the pain, all the negative things you go through, apparently it shapes you into a better person, or just prepares you for the world and stuff. Well, that may be true for a majority. It does not mean that for everyone. I mean, I'm rambling right now, but yeah, I think you get it. We all have our demons, we all have our issues, negatives, and we deal with them in our own ways. But I don't want to offer consolation or be like it gets better, because honestly I don't know. But I guess I can just say keep trying. You don't know, it might get better, it might. If it's a little bit of comfort, like you're not alone. There's many around you, fear around you. So yeah, don't give up. It just, tomorrow just might be a much better day. So don't give up. This bit is very difficult to watch. The lotus bit. Lotus is very pretty. It's a very beautiful flower, and it blooms in like horrible conditions. It blooms in mud. It blooms after going through so much. So it's a beautiful comparison for himself. Like, he has gone through so much, but he has come out at the top, and still being so rooted in his beginnings, so down to earth, and still always looking out for others. It's never like just for himself. He's sharing his experiences and just helping so many around the world, and just really, really appreciate that. I think that's so cool of him. Choices, the thing I said about choices. Is it the best choice? Is it the second best choice? The third best choice? Him crawling on the ground trying to save himself, but God, this is difficult. Most of the things that happen to us, they're out of our control. It never comes and be like, hey, can I come in? This is gonna happen. No, it just happens out of the blue. It's not under our control. So don't beat yourself up over it too much. I don't know if I have the right to say this anyway. But saying all this out in a way is also, in a kind of weird way, is also comforting for me myself too, because sometimes there might be times where you feel like there's no one you can talk to, no one who can comfort you. So in a way, you just have to comfort yourself. Because even if there's no one else, you at least have yourself. The past one saw him and is running towards him. Sometimes you really want to help yourself, but even if you want, it just doesn't work, you know? Even if you're trying so hard, like, you realize things are going downhill, you realize it can get better if you help yourself, and you do want to, but it just doesn't work for some reason. Maybe a professional or someone who's studied these things might be able to explain it better, but yeah, these situations are shared by a lot of people. A lot of people go through these things, and even though it's so common, it feels so isolating. It feels like you're the only person who's going through this, and it's pure shit. Feeling that. And everyone has a different coping mechanism. Some prefer to laugh it out, some prefer to just keep it all in, some prefer to cry it out, some prefer to just ignore it. And all of that is fine. It's a different coping mechanism for everyone. But yeah, wow, this MV, I feel like I'm just rambling a lot and none of it makes sense, even though it does. I'm just really, really glad that he was willing to bring all this up and share it with us, because it's very difficult. It's a very difficult thing to do. And I just think, I know he is a very, very brave person for this, and I respect him so much for all this. See, in the end, he couldn't really save the other person, like the other self of himself, because it's already happened. You can't really just change it, but you can learn to accept it and move on, I guess. I can totally see this would be very, very, very heavy for a lot of us to watch again and again, like, and I can also see a lot of us finding comfort in it. Don't really know what the right words would be as a closing statement for this, but yeah, just feel very thankful to be here and to know that there are people who've gone through some real shit and they've managed to come out of it, and also the fact that there are people who are going through stuff and are willing to share it with you and just help you out and help you find comfort, you know, because it's a rare thing. It doesn't really happen quite often, and trauma can be very debilitating. That word, yeah, and it's not something to like just take very lightly. So yeah, this MV is not something you can just gloss over. And I know we won't, but yeah, just in case. Yeah, I guess it all kind of connects the way he has just planned it all out, all of the August D installments and the entire story, and it's even heavier because this is all real, very, very real, and it all happened from a point where he was very young. Wow. Anyway, thank you for watching. And if you're going through something, please reach out for help. You might feel like you're alone in this, but trust me, you're not. And there are people who genuinely care about you, and there's help available. So if you are going through some really tough stuff, I don't want to say it will definitely get better and it's going to be all sunshine and rainbows and stuff. No, but it just might. There's a chance that it just might. So please don't give up, and I hope things do get better for you and for us and for everyone else. And if you want to talk, I'm free. If you want to if you want to reach out to me, then sure. I can't really help in a sense, but I can always hear you out. And yeah, that's all I'd like to say. Like, I'm so proud of whatever you've done so far. So proud of how far you've come, and I hope you keep going forward. And or just take a break if you must, if you want to, because that's also fine. That's perfectly normal. And I hope things look up. Things get much, much, much better for you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I don't know if I should say to stream this. It might be difficult for some of, but yeah, as a token of appreciation for him, like being so frank with us, so open and honest with us, definitely do give these some streams and like read up the lyrics. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye bye.